Let's talk cleaning out my stamps and getting them organized. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm wanting to take a look at my stamp organization. I like my system for organizing stamps. It works pretty well for me, but I do find that I'm not really getting into my stamps as much as I would like. And so what I want to do is go through, do a little bit of destashing, organize some of the newer stamp sets that I have, and try to figure out how to make this a supply that I'm going to use more often. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you an overview of my current storage setup. We're going to do some destashing and see what we come up with. Let's go. Okay, so this is a look at my current setup. It's something I've been doing for years. These are refrigerator bins that I purchased from Target. I like that they have the little lip right here. And then I've been using Avery L pockets, of which Avery L doesn't make these pockets anymore, so I'm probably going to have to find another brand. But I use the pockets to store my clear acrylic stamps. Clear acrylic stamps are the stamps I use. I no longer have any wooden block stamps or anything like that. This allows me to kind of flip through. I have a lot of different categories, as you can see right here. And I used to do a lot more stamping when I was doing more and more Bible journaling. I was a member of a couple of creative teams where I would receive stamps on a regular basis, and they're really fun to use, and I love having them. But I think I need to do some clearing out. I like this system. I want them all to fit here, but I will tell you that this is chock full of all kinds of newer stamps that need to get sorted and stored. And I'm wondering if I can empty enough of these pockets to create room for the new stamps. That's what we're going to figure out next. So what I want to do is bring them bin by bin over to my desk to start to sort through and see if I can figure out what needs to stay and what needs to go. Okay, so I'm going to bring each bin over and kind of go through. What I'm looking for are stamps that I can use in multiple projects. I tend to not want stamps that are what I would call one-offs that only work in a certain way. These are going to be stamps. I love the 5-point journaling stamps from Illustrated Faith. Those are good. Love that these are light bulbs. I use them in a variety of ways. Praise hands. That's cool. I especially like this piece right here. They're just good ones that I can kind of mix and match and use in some different ways. This one I could let go of. That's Bible tabs. Probably let go of this one. It's just, will I grab for that stamp set? That's what I'm trying to figure out as I look through all of these. Can I see myself like, these are jars, they're beautiful, but am I going to grab for that set? I don't think so. So I think I can start to let some of these go, which is going to create some more room in my stash, which I am very excited about. I'll let that one go. There's some good stamps in here. The other thing that I really like about doing something like this is that it reminds you of what you have. Sometimes destashing is not just about letting things go, but it's also about reminding you what is in your stash, what you love in your stash, so that you will grab for it more often, which is really helpful. I think I can let that one go. Okay. Man, there's some good stamps in here that I really like. So we're going to start. I'm going to go bin by bin. Sorry to shake the table. It's going to get crazy. So I'm going to go bin by bin and see if I can come up with a stack of ones I can let go. Let's be honest, destashing is never easy to do, especially something like stamps. Because stamps often are an investment, we can very easily rationalize keeping a lot of different stamps because you might need it someday, which I completely understand. However, I know that this is not a supply that I'm pulling for very often. I also know that I use them for a different purpose at this time. I'm not using them in Bible journaling as often as I used to. And so I'm okay with letting go of some of the stamps that have been in my collection for a long time that I just can't see myself using. I would prefer to destash it, to give these to others that might actually get to use them, because they are literally just collecting dust up in my cabinet if I don't plan on actually grabbing for that particular piece. Now, something that worked out really well is going through all of these was really inspiring. It made me want to pull out my stamps. It made me want to use them. It made me want to think of ways that I can use stamps in the hobbies that I'm doing right now. Certainly, I can incorporate stamps into my junk journaling. They definitely lend themselves to creating in planners or even creating your own ephemera for other projects that you might be working on. And then the other big way that I like to use my stamps would be in art journaling. So there's lots of ways to use it. The category that I really had trouble getting rid of any were the alphas. I see no reason to get rid of any alpha stamp kind of ever, just because I can see so much purpose for them. And I love having a lot of different fonts to choose from. It made sense to me. The ones I got rid of were just some very niche theme ones, some ones that were very specific to particular Bible studies that I had done that I just didn't see myself using anymore. And I was able to clear out enough to start reusing some of the Avery L pockets in order to store some of the newer stamps that I had bought for my collection. Now, a couple of things you might be wondering. Why do my stamp backings have different color backings? For a long time, I used the color of the backing to code it for a particular company because I was working with By the Well for God and Illustrated Faith. Those were my primary two stamp resources. And so I color coded it like that. I think would prefer to change out some of this in the background because I actually label all of my stamp packets. So here I am. Here are some of the new ones that I have, or newer ones that never got put away. I create labels for them using my P-Touch Embellish label maker. I always have the company that they are from and then the title of the stamp. I also always take it out of the packaging. And I do that for a couple of reasons. First of all, most packaging is not designed to stand up to use over time. It's designed to be opened one time. And if you're taking your stamps in and out, the packaging will tear. It's just going to break down. Second of all, I really like for everything to be a little bit more uniform. And so by storing all of my stamps in a uniform envelope, package that is going to hold up to wear and tear over time, it makes it easier to store these pieces. Now, if a stamp set is bigger, like a 6x8 type stamp set, instead of these smaller ones, I just cut it in half. I literally just cut the collection so that it fits into these envelopes. That has always worked really well for me. It's been easy to just pull it out and put the two parts back together. It's just, you don't have to keep it exactly as is. You certainly could search for bigger envelopes, but I just like everything uniform. So I'm just going ahead and labeling the new envelope or the new stamp sets that I've picked up recently and some from Illustrated Faith that I had collected in the past year, getting them into envelopes, and it makes me excited to kind of pull these out and use them again. I did not have enough envelopes on hand to do every single set, which means I will have to go ahead and buy some more so that I can get the rest of these sorted. I may even do a big swap and change out the backing to white cardstock. We'll see how it goes. I know it's very different for me to not use color in all my things, but I feel like white might work better for me just to have a cleaner look. We'll see. Let me know what you think. Should I stick with the colored cardstock or should I switch everything out to white? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay, once I had gotten everything into their new pockets or their new little envelopes, then I just had to sort them into the different categories. I'm perfectly happy with the categories that I established years ago. So I'm going to sort them, and then I will give you an up close look of what my updated organization looks like. Not a lot has changed, but I was able to get a little refresh, which always feels good and gets you excited to use those supplies again. Okay, so it doesn't look very different, but I was able to go through and clean out some, actually store some that I had purchased more recently. And now I can grab with ease the things I need and start using these stamps a little bit more. I'm excited. I love this system. It works really well for me. I do need to get some new clear pockets, which I will look for on Amazon. And I'll definitely update you all if I find some that I really like besides the Avery L pockets, or if you have any suggestions of pockets that you like, just let me know. Thank you for joining me for this little organization destash project. I hope it helps you all when I'm doing these kind of mini projects in my room. Let me know if you want to see some more of this smaller organization and destashing, and I will definitely continue to share. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. And a huge shout out to my Patreon community. We're actually spending the whole year working through some organization challenges over on Patreon that apply to your craft space and the rest of your house. So I would love if you would join us over there if you are looking for this year to be an organization journey. We've got you. So head over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife to find out more. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.